Well, riots have broken out, as we've said, on US university campuses this week as campus anti-Israel protests escalate to a new worrying level. Well, joining us now is someone who has more than plenty of experience on these campuses, filmmaker and great friend of this show, Ami Horowitz. Ami, great to see you. How are you, mate? You've survived.
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm all good, man. Takes more than 15 pro-Palestinian thugs. Take down your boy.
Well, tell us it. We're going to play the footage first, then you can tell us what happened. We'll just play a quick grab. You've had quite the week, as always, and here's a bit of the film that you made a few days ago. Let's have a look.
American! American! I'm an American. Hey, give me my flag! Oh, don't hit me!
You get out of here! No, get out of here!
No, I'm not.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Hey!
You ain't going nowhere! You ain't going nowhere!
This is robbery! Leave! No! Leave! Hey, don't hit me! Don't fucking hit me! Don't hit me, mother! Get the off me!
Get out!
Are you gonna hurt me?
Get out!
You gonna attack me? I'm not scared of
Hey, you gotta.
I'm gonna don't choke me! What the I'm an American! I wanna go to campus!
You can go to hell.
Stop! Yeah, man. I'm not leaving. You can punch me all you want. I'm not leaving.
حبيبي حبيبي.
Hey, you just choke me?
اقتلع.
Get off me.
اقتلع.
Choke me?
اقتلع.
Choke me?
اقتلع. اقتلع.
He's
Stop, yo, what the hell is
I'm
your
not
problem?
fighting.
So, Ami, we're used to laughing at many of your videos. There's always an element of humour there, and there's always a very strong point that you always make. But that was scary stuff. Were you shocked at what happened?
Yeah, look, obviously when I do what I do, look, there's sometimes an element of danger, very, very rarely. I mean, look, it's been many years since I shot something, was actually physically attacked. No, I thought that, look, the idea of the video, and I think it's important to make this clear. The idea of the video is I went with an American flag. I didn't fly an Israeli flag. I didn't identify myself as a Zionist. I didn't identify myself as Jewish. The idea behind this was, look, Iran had it right? Iran has been saying this for years, that Israel really is the small devil, the U.S. is the big devil, right? That's the entire point of this exercise. Ultimately, it's not really about Israel. It really isn't. It really is about Western ideals. It's about Marxism. And they look at the U.S. as the leader in capitalism, the most successful nation on earth, and therefore it is the one that is most demonized. And I proved that by walking out with an American flag on an American campus. And that's what happened. So, look, I thought at worst what was going to happen was they grabbed the flag, they'd yell terrible things at me. I've had that done before, no sweat. Did I think it would devolve as quickly as it did to violence? No. It took, guys, I had the flag was barely out, maybe a second, under 2 seconds for sure. And yeah, and they were on top of me. So, no, I didn't really expect it.
Yeah, you explained that the whole point of the protest was just to have the American flag, not say anything, and they are so triggered by the American flag that you have instant violence there. Meanwhile, we've got the Biden administration forgiving student loans. They're not coming out condemning these protesters in any sort of meaningful way. They're rewarding them by throwing taxpayer money at them.
Yeah, look, I as you know, I'm a straight shooter. I call as I see it. And on Rita, on your show and this show, when the October 7th happened, I said the Biden administration did a great job. I couldn't have expected anything more from a Democratic president when it came to Israel. I thought he was a strong supporter of Israel in both in deed and in action. I hate to say it, but in the last few months, that has changed. And I think the silence of the administration about these I want to say protests, but they are not just protests, right? They were stopping Jews from attending schools. To not condemn that, the full-throated condemnation was a big, huge problem to me. I mean, recently in the last day, they have condemned it. I think that's great. I frankly think it's too little too late. I think we have to start going after, look, when these campuses are tolerating this kind of behavior, not allowing Jews to attend school, we have to start looking at the funding of these schools. So yeah, I think more action needs to be taken.
James.
Ami, we're starting to see a bit of a pushback from university students, American university students who are proud of America. They're raising the American flag on flagpoles. They're singing Born in the USA in front of these protesters. Why is that pushback coming from the young people themselves rather than from the university administrators? What does that say? And where do you think that leads? I mean, we saw the violence that was done to you as you did that, are we going to end up with violence on university campuses as these other students push back?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, in terms of your first question, I mean, Guy, was that rhetorical? Like, do you expect campus professors and campus administrators to push back? They have been they're the vanguard of feeding this garbage to these students for years. They've been pushing this anti-Israel agenda for years. Of course, they're not going to condemn it. Of course, they're not going to be in the forefront of stopping it, because these are ideals that they have been pushing, and they have being evangelicals for this perspective for a long time. Garbage in, garbage out. We should expect nothing less. As far as violence goes, I mean, look, in this particular video, if you notice, I had my hands up the entire time. I did not strike back. The only time my hands left the air was to fend off attacks and punches. I went out of my way not to be violent. But if I was a student and somebody was trying to hurt me, I mean, of course you could expect people to defend themselves. What else would you expect?
And we've seen a Jewish girl was knocked unconscious, Ami. We've heard lots of reports of Jewish kids being seriously intimidated, seriously harassed and bullied. What advice do you give to young Jewish kids? I mean, you're a very brave citizen journalist. You get out there. But what's it like for the young Jewish kids who just thought they were going to campus, going to college? Suddenly they're pariahs.
Look, this is a moment for them to stand up with a backbone and say, we're going to stand up for what we believe in, not back down. I don't think they should have gone to remote classes. I think the Jews should have just come en masse on campus. No, this is a moment where Jews have had it pretty easy in the U.S. for a very long time. That tide is turning now, unfortunately, from both the hard right and the hard left. And I think it's time for Jews to stand up for it. I think too many Jews for too long have had it too easy. And now it's time to understand that the times are not good. And it's time to stand up. It's time to fight back.
And the sense of entitlement of these students, Ami, is something else. There was a list of demands from the UCLA students, for example. They wanted vegan treats. They wanted zip ties and rope. I mean, what were they planning, possibly, with those sorts of ingredients?
Don't forget the sunscreen and the aquaphor. I mean, look, I do promote healthy skin living. So, yeah, I get it. Why else would they need the sunscreen? So I'm down with that. Look, I don't think they realize they're a parody of themselves. Like, literally, this is what Saturday Night Live would concoct if they were trying to create some kind of self-parody of what these people are doing. They're so lack of self-awareness is incredible. And yeah, they fell right into their trap. They look like a bunch of idiots because they are a bunch of idiots.
Ami Horowitz, always fantastic to chat to you. Keep up the great filming. Please stay safe, and we'll chat again soon.